Hey, how's it going, guys? Today it's Tuesday. It's a Tuesday morning. Just took my workout. I really thought I would sleep in today, but I forced myself to go to the gym and just get going of the day. If you would let me, I would sleep until now. It's 7:50 a.m. So, but what we're going to do today is it's Tuesday, which means it's inbound day, or outbound, sorry. It's outbound day, which means we'll do outreach, we'll scrape leads, we'll work our Dream 100. But there was some filming that I missed out on yesterday, which means that I have to film some of the scripts, at least 5 scripts, so we have for the rest of the week. And then edit those videos so we have them prepared. Another thing that we also need to do is do some client work today, because we are prepping for a YouTube video that we're going to write for one of my clients. So we'll do the prepping, and then we'll also script the reel, and then afternoon we will do the outreach. I've already scraped 100 leads, so I'll just outreach to them and then work my Dream 100. And the thing is, I feel like I've got so much more urgency and this tension that I need. Now is the time to really dig deep and do this. Really get out there and present my thing. And I've got some learnings in the past few days. One of my mentors told me that it would be a good idea to, or I probably knew this all along, but I've heard it twice now. I heard from Alex Hormozi, start with the puddle, move out to the pond, move out to the lake, move out to the ocean. So you just expand like this. And another thing that I heard was you need to specialize yourself in order to charge high prices, or you need to go broad and fix everything. And so what I came to the conclusion of is I'll start with the puddle, just working on VSLs, and which that means we will have we will create our new opportunities around VSLs, which we almost already have done, but we will turn that into the new opportunity. Then we'll focus on the frameworks and stories like alter ego selling. We'll focus on market offer message. These are the 3 core things we need to have in order for the VSL to work. So that is basically, we will help people with the market. We'll help people with what are the offer we need to present in this VSL, and what is the message, because most people, they only focus on the message. And then we will share stories like the story with the surgeon. We'll share stories like my backstory, and a story with how we're selling an identity. We'll tell the parable of how alter ego selling is actually working. Tony Stark's alter ego is Iron Man, Peter Parker's is Spider-Man, this whole narrative with this. And then I figured out instead of just saying stuff, I need to do shit and then talk about shit. Which that means is probably now I'll just work with a bunch of people for free, so then I have stuff to talk about, and I can prove that I have stuff to talk about. So that's kind of my thing with this. And then again, give more than you take. I have some other lessons here. I'm constantly just jotting down the lessons that I'm learning, and this board is almost filled. But another thing, we have a learning that I learned was this puddle, pond, lake, ocean. And then the talk about shit, don't do shit and then talk about shit. And then we have serve people for free, give them more than you take, and then when you talk about it, then start charging money. And another thing that I really feel has tricked me a bit is that whenever I learn some new information, like I get this urge to just teach everybody this thing. But instead of immediately, this is what I wrote down, instead of immediately thinking of how can I teach everything to everyone, think of how can I use this thing to improve how I teach this one thing to someone. That is a big game changer. Because I don't know about you, but whenever I learn something new, whether it's in the Traffic Secret books, whether it's in the Money Models book, whether it's all the books that I read or all the courses that I take, or if I see something online, like I just get this urge to speak about it and then put my own thoughts on it and then talk about it. But whenever I do that, it's just taking the things of the main objective, my new opportunity, my thing that I've picked, and then all of a sudden, if I want to talk about everything, I'm competing in the ocean instead of just this puddle. So try to think, I'm focusing on how I can try to use this information that I've got to get this thing that I'm actually focusing on out to people, or improve the thing that I'm already teaching or focusing on. And what that means, instead of I'm sitting here and learning or teaching people money models, which is actually Alex Hormozi's thing, so people can just get it. But yeah, there's pros and cons that way. But thinking, instead of how can I teach this to other people, then first, how can I use this myself? How can I probably put my own spin on it and then teach people it? So I have had water through the well, and I've proven that this is battle tested myself because it's worked on me, and then I've tried it out on other people. But mainly, like, instead of thinking, oh, money model, how can I teach this to people when it's already been taught? Then just think, how can I use this myself to get this one thing that I'm teaching out to more people and make this more efficient? Again, this leans up like message offer or market offer and message. It leans up against, like, you can use money models to your VSL. It will be a good idea, but we want to focus on being a specialist here. And I wrote it on my sales letter, the Ultimate Sales Letter book, half a year ago, like, become the #1 VSL expert. And I should have just listened back then. I think that's the realization. But again, instead of me being certain about this, like, I need to go to market and test this. So that's why, again, I feel this urgency to go out and test this thing, because I can sit here and analyze everything in my head, but the only way that I can get truth is by asking the market, because it's these people that I'm serving. And the other thing is, like, instead of sitting here and micromanaging everything, then just take massive action and look back on the feedback and see how you can improve that next time. So, like, that is how you learn, not just seeking info with no action. So for me, that is, instead of me sitting here, oh, my reel didn't win as well, or my YouTube video didn't get as many views, how can I improve that? How can I improve that? Just let it take some time. And then, like, for me, I have this, like, the warm up. In all the weekdays, I'm just taking massive action. And then in the weekends, we will look back on, how can I improve this? What can I do differently? What do we need to do now? I think that is the way to go. And again, give more than you take, because it should feel like you're, like, it's an exchange, like, you're giving more than you're taking. And whenever, like, now, I'm not the best at it. Like, I can honestly say that. So that's why I probably should do it for free. But whenever I get better, I'll start charging for it. But the value that they're getting will be bigger because I've learned more. So I will always keep giving more than I take. And again, the only way that I can find out is if I'm right or wrong is to actually ask the market. So that is the learnings that I've had in recent days. So for now, what I'll be doing is that, like, I'm right now, for the reason why I'm doing YouTube, why I'm doing reels, is that I'm just digging my well before I'm thirsty. Because right now, like, I'm not getting the right ROI for the amount of effort that I'm putting into this. Like, I will get the biggest return on investment by doing outreach, that's for sure. But when I get bigger, that will, like, me digging my well now will be an ROI, because you see, when Alex Hormozi started, let's just take him for example, like, he posted content, but probably no one converted. But now, like, it's a way bigger ROI, or return on investment, for him by posting content, because he has influence and he has an audience. And when that's built, like, it just wears the other thing out. Maybe, like, doing the unscalable for him doing outreach himself would be a thing, but he will get, like, way more leads and way more, like, return on investment by posting content now. But he needed to dig his well, because, like, then he wouldn't have shortened his process. So that's kind of my thoughts on this. So doing content, and then doing outbound as well, and just giving more than I take. That's probably it. And again, having water through the well, I have like room for mistakes, and figuring out, like, what does these people want when it's for free. So I will do it with the 5 first. And again, that's taking a decision. I'm deciding, I'm cutting the other thing off. So that's where we're at right now. And again, like, I just have to get this passed by. That's why I have this urgency. Like, I need to get these 5 people away or through the well as fast as possible, so I can start charging money. That's it. So that being said, I will start. I'll continue to film reels. I'll do the client work, and then past noon, I will do outbound. And again, a thing that that I'm now that I'm digging, or like I'm focusing on one thing, I'm focusing on this puddle. I have to think of, like, how can I come up with ideas to content and the things that I'm putting out. So might as well have more sessions and time to think of what is it that this thing is all about. And that will take some change, like, because my thought process was, before I get this information in, oh, how can I talk about this? Now I need to be more precise and picky with what I talk about, because it has to fit this puddle, if it makes sense. So the thing that I will mostly be talking about from now will be how to sell on VSLs, and at maximum how to sell one to many. But there will still be a lot of things, like, how do you present an offer? How do you pick a market? How do you, like, use your message? I probably just have to wrap it out in your VSL. As, like, as weird as this sounds, it feels weird, but I just have to, again, trust the process, and think, like, this will work out, by starting in the puddle, because, like, that's where I'm just competing with people. And if I can build my new opportunity in that puddle, I'm separating myself even further. Because, again, it's, for me to gain a lot of knowledge on everything, it will take so much time and so much effort. But by me, for getting a lot of knowledge on something, like, I can become a way better expert, way quicker, and have all the learnings if I just focus on one thing. And that one thing will be VSLs for now, because yeah, that's what I'm good at right now, and I can be better. So again, I have to take a decision and decide and test the market and see what it wants. And maybe when I've tested it, it won't be that. It could be something else, like one too many selling. But again, we're going broad here, so you can feel like I'm still concerned about this, but I don't. I just think I don't have to. I don't need to like think it twice. I just have to take action on this, and just focus on VSLs and become a master at it. Because right now, like, I'm in between these things. Should I change path and go with this, or should I just focus on the thing that I already know how to do? And this thing of not getting feedback is like making me question myself. Is the thing that I'm already doing not good enough, or do I need to shift? Or how can I make this thing I'm already doing better? So that's the thought process right now. But I just think I have to go with it, because I'll see what people are throwing at me. And again, I feel like I'll be falling in love with the process. Like, I've already always wanted to have this vision of myself being a direct response copywriter, and that's basically what you can do in a VSL. And that's one of the fastest things to do. And I already have a ton of knowledge in this field, and it's just about for me to fall in love with the work, which is the thing that can be hard to do right now when you're questioning yourself, I feel like. So yeah, I'll just, like, again, I need to test this thing out. Like, I'm sitting here and, like, I'm doing the same thing, questioning myself instead of testing things out and see what the market wants. So VSL it will be, and in the future from now, like, I'll probably laugh at myself why I sit here and just, like, having paralysis by analysis. So yeah, on that note, I think that's it. Take care. Peace.